Throughout history, speeches have been seen as a motivation and inspiration for different colors, genders, and ages. Speeches have been seen as turning points through history that mark or spark revolutionary ideas and progress. Speeches like literature, from Shakespeare, The Tempest, Act 3, Scene 2. Be not afraid, the isle is full of noises, sound and sweet airs, that give delight and hurt not. Sometimes 1,000 twinkling instruments will hum in mine ears, and sometimes voice, that if I had not wakened, for after a long sleep, will make me sleep again, and then in dreaming, clouds methought would open and snow ridges ready to upon that, when I waked, I cried to dream again. Or, from his other play, Henry V, Act 3, Scene 1. Once more upon the breach, dear friends, once more. Or close the wall of our English dead. In peace there's nothing so becomes a man as modest stillness and humility. But when the blast of war's in our ears, the intimate action of tiger stiffens the slow noise, summon up the blood, disguise fair nature, and hard figure rage. Speeches like from Shakespeare have provoked and started new, different writing styles in literature. Also, speeches have been marked sadness and different types of down points in the era. Speeches like Abe Lincoln and his Gettysburg Address after the fall of Gettysburg. Popular speech that begins with known saying 7 years ago. Also, speeches like Winston Churchill saying, "We shall fight on the beaches," in 1940. Winston Churchill declared that he would fight. His country, Britain, will defend our island, whatever the cost may be. We shall fight on the beaches, we shall fight on the landing grounds, we shall fight in the fields and in the streets, we shall fight in the hills, we shall never surrender. Speeches like those tell us that victory is either won or victory has been lost. Or even both. Victory has been won, but only with sad sacrifices that must come along with it. Speeches have sparked revolutions, like the Civil Rights Movement with Martin Luther King. The most famous speech of all, "I have a dream. I have a dream that one day in Alabama, with his vicious races, and with his governing, has his lips dripping words of interposition and nullification. One day, right there in Alabama, little black boys and black girls were able to join hands with little white boys and white girls as sisters and brothers." Speeches like those have lasted throughout all ages, even including starting new laws for African Americans and all different minorities. Also, speeches that have stopped fighting, like Chief Joseph in his surrender speech during 1877. "Tell General Howard I know his heart. What he told me before, I have it in my heart. I am tired of fighting. Our chiefs are killed. Looking Glass is dead. Tahul Shoot is dead. The old men are dead." In this speech, Chief Joseph proclaimed that all his men and chiefs were dead, and he is claiming and asking for a surrender. Speeches that have marked new strides for innovation and different eras, like during JFK's speech, decision to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Because the goal will serve to organize and measure the best of our energies and skills. Because that challenge is one that we are willing to accept, one we are willing to postpone, and one which we intend to win, the others too. This speech was given during the race to the moon between the US and the USSR. Speeches have been seen as motivation, inspiration, all different genders, colors, and ages. For me, speeches have given inspiration to my everyday life. Speeches like Leonidas during the movie 300 gave me power. Speeches like Coach Carter telling me that it's student first, athlete second. Speeches are not only just words, but speeches are a way of life. teach you how to live your life. And that's why speeches are so important in America.